Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sherry Fitzgerald. I'm the Health and Wellness Advisor here at the St. John Regional Y. I'm going to go through a workout for the new to exerciser, a beginner workout. So I'll be showing a lot of modifications. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to go into a main set that's going to be some strength and some cardio focus, and then we'll end with a cool down and a stretch. So I think we're going to get started. So we're just going to start with some functional moves. We're going to start with just a squat with a reach up over your head, something that you would do on a regular basis, just sinking into your hips, reaching your arms over your head in that full range of motion, maybe starting a little bit shorter and then starting to increase that range of motion. And once you feel like you're starting to get warmed up with those legs and that upper body, we're going to stand up nice and tall, and we're just going to start to hinge forward, start to reach for our toes, starting to feel that big stretch in the back end of our body, getting that lower back, get that mobility going in the hips, and then just getting that consistent breathing going. Forward and down, keeping that nice long spine. And then we're going to move into a forward lunge. So we're just going to step forward like you're reaching down to pick something up, and then coming back to that starting position, stepping forward and then coming back. And maybe to get a little bit more movement in the upper body, we're going to step forward and add a little twist to that knee, and then step back, taking a little bit more coordination, stepping forward and a little bit of a twist. And we'll do it 2 more times. Just gearing at warming up all those muscles before we start to work on some of that main set. And you can always decrease the range of motion if you need to, or if you find that you can go a little bit further, you can do that as well. And we'll do 1 more. And then we're going to do something called a standing cat-cow. So we're going to start to reach our arms forward. We're just going to round that upper back, and then we're going to open up the chest and the shoulders, and just keeping a nice movement forward and back, warming up the shoulders and that whole upper body. Nice full range of motion. And again, if you have some injuries, maybe you're making it a little bit shorter, just listening to your body all the way through. Everybody knows their own body more than anybody else. And when you're starting to feel a little bit warmer, we're going to start that main set. So with the main set, we're going to do a Tabata timer. So we're going to do 40 seconds on, and then we're going to have 15 seconds to take a recovery break, maybe to get a drink of water or just take a breath. And then we're going to go right into that next exercise. So I have a Tabata timer set, and I'm going to set it for 40 seconds. So I'm going to go through this whole workout with you today to motivate you all the way through it. So I'm just going to start my timer, and we're going to start with the reverse lunge. So with that reverse lunge, we're just going to have our hands down to our side. We'll step back with 1 foot and then start to sink down into those hips, and then come right back to that starting position. Reach back that other toe, sink down into those hips. And as you feel more comfortable, maybe you're going to increase that range of motion, or if you're feeling like that's too much, you can shorten that range of motion, just not going down all the way. And if you'd like to put your hands down to your side or hold on to some weights down to your side to make it a little bit more challenging, that's another option. And anything you have at the house. All right, so now we have our 15 seconds to recover. Again, maybe you're just taking a little bit of a breath, getting a breather, getting a drink of water. I have my water bottle here, which I'm sure I'll be using throughout this workout. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna go right into our anaerobics station, and we're gonna do a skater side to side. So just picking the distance from side to side. And if you wanna make it a lower impact, just stepping without that impact, or if you want, you can add a little bit more range side to side. And again, we're going to do this for 40 seconds. We got 10 seconds left. Taking it at your own pace. Pacing yourself all the way through. And again, we're gonna strengthen that body from front to back, side to side. We're almost there, last one, good. And again, feel that excitement in your heart and lung. That's your heart and lungs getting stronger. That's the goal. We're gonna get everybody healthier. Taking a nice breather, and I'm gonna step back. You can use a bench, you can use an ottoman. The next exercise is gonna be a push-up, and I'm doing this on an elevated surface. I'm gonna sink down and then come back up. So my elbows are a little bit lower than my shoulders, and I'm being conscious of keeping that nice core strength all the way through. As I'm coming up, I'm getting a big exhale. And if I want to have a little bit more stability, maybe I'm taking my legs out a little bit wider, sinking down, exhale up. Using that core strength, keep your spine nice and long. Last one here. And then we'll come up, we'll get another little breather. Maybe you're doing some dynamic stretches. This feels good in the upper body after doing that push-up. The next exercise on our list is a high knee. I'll start with our low impact option. And we're just gonna bring our knees up towards our belly button. You can bring your hands down, or you can keep your hands down to your side. If you wanna make this a little bit harder, you can add a little bit more impact, a little bit more range of motion. Or if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can shorten that range of motion, make the movement a little bit slower. And again, just listening to your body, but again, starting to feel that excitement in your heart and lungs again, getting that heart nice and strong, working on a lot of energy expenditure here, side to side. Perfect, and we have that little bit of a break, which is always welcome. I'm moving into the back end of the body, so we're gonna work on that back. So I have dumbbells here, but you can use anything that you can hold on to, a book bag, cans at the house, tilting forward, and then just rolling your arms up towards your rib cage, keeping that spine nice and long, tucking those elbows in, and trying to squeeze your shoulder blades back and together. Exhaling on the way up. And again, pick that pace that you can do all the way through. If you take a little break mid-set, that's all right. You can come back stronger. Exhale up. And again, if you want to increase the range or decrease your range based on an injury, feel free to listen to your body. We got one more here, and then we're gonna put our dumbbells down. We're gonna get that breather again. Again, this is why exercise is fun, because you get breathers in between and you got all this variety. Keep us excited to come back. So the next one we're gonna do is a butt kick. So we're gonna bring our heels up towards our butt. And again, you can shorten your range of motion, not come up as high, or maybe you're feeling like I can do this. I can go up a little bit higher. And again, if you want to add a little bit more range or a little bit more impact, you can do that as well. Everything can go up in level, everything can go down in level. So just bringing your heel up. And again, this is meant to get that excitement back in the heart and lungs. Bringing the heel up, getting that nice stretch in the front part of your legs. We got 5 more seconds. I'm paying attention to the timer now. Perfect. So again, we get that little bit of a breath. So we're gonna move into some core work. You can do this on the floor, or you can do this on your elevated surface, whether it's a bench, whether it's an ottoman. So we're gonna start either with your forearms on the floor, and we're gonna maintain that nice long spine, drawing that belly button in. And almost like if I were to come over and give you a little tickle, you're gonna brace that midsection, keep that spine nice and long. We're strengthening that whole core all the way around your midsection. And again, you can feel the excitement in my heart and my lungs. So again, just keeping that breathing. If you want a little more stability, you can take your legs out a little bit wider. You can also come up to a straight arm position. Again, whether you're on the bench or the floor, perfect. So now we're gonna go through the exercises one more time. Now we know what they are. Maybe I'm gonna grab my dumbbells for this next round and make those reverse lunges a little bit harder. or not, right? So you can step back, sink back into those hips, step forward. Another thing we're working on is our balance. So it's a blind landing behind us, toes back, heel is lifted, and again, up nice and long, shoulders are over your hips, and just picking that pace that you can maintain for the 40 seconds is the key. A nice little variety and movement, getting stronger all over the body. We've got 5 seconds left. I got one more, perfect. And I'm gonna put my dumbbells down. Again, I get that little bit of a breather. Maybe I'm gonna sneak a drink of water. And then I'm gonna get ready for my skater. So this is that lateral movement from side to side. Again, you pick your range, working on some different muscles in a different way. Might feel new, so you might just have to try it out. And again, if you wanna make it harder, you can go a little bit further with your range. You can add a little bit more impact, a little bit of a hop, side to side, because we know we've done this before, we can do it. That little side to side. Got 10 seconds left, picking that pace that you can maintain that good form all the way through. One more each side. Perfect. So again, take that breather in between and get ready for the next exercise. So we're gonna do those push-ups off the bench or on the floor. Another option here is to go down on your knees or on your toes, tucking your elbows down to your side, and then exhaling as you come up. Again, strengthening that upper body. Elbows are back like an arrow. Exhaling up. And again, if you have a cushion for your knees, it could be comfortable. We have 10 seconds left here. What a great day. Great day for a workout. Last one here. Excellent. Then we're gonna come up, get a little breather, maybe a little bit of a release for your wrists, and we're gonna get ready for those high knees again. Again, high knees, whether you're adding the impact or not, just bringing the bent leg up towards your belly button. And again, the bigger the range, it's gonna require a little bit more energy, so check in with yourself. If you're feeling like, whoa, this is a lot for me for right now, maybe you're gonna bring your arms down below your heart, shorten that range of motion, but just keep moving. Or maybe you're feeling like, this is my day, I'm gonna give it all up, bring them up a little bit higher, add that little bit of impact. Whatever you need today. Maybe even smiling a little bit. Up, side to side, 2 and 1. And again, take that breather. So we're gonna move back into our back and we're gonna do those rows. So again, whether you're using dumbbells or anything you can hold in your hands, just leaning forward slightly, drawing those elbows up and back, making sure your shoulders are a little bit away from your ears, and just focusing on squeezing your shoulder blades back and together. This is going to give us that nice posture. Going to stand up nice and tall without the effort if you didn't have those muscles developed. So just a big exhale all the way up, bracing that midsection like I was coming over to give you a little tickle. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Last one here. And then we're gonna put those dumbbells down or whatever you're using. And we're gonna take a little breather. We're gonna go right back into those butt kicks. So with that again, you're bringing your heel up towards your glutes. Maybe feeling a little bit stretch in the front part of your thighs. And again, decide where you want your hands. And again, if you're feeling like this is too much, you can shorten that range of motion, just as long as we're moving. Or if you want that option of making it a little bit harder, you can add a little bit more of a range to it, a little bit more of a hop to it, choosing what's good for you. You might have your hands back here, see if you can make some contact. 5 more seconds. Last one. All right, so we're gonna go into our last exercise of the set. It's our plank. I'm gonna go down on the floor this time. So again, options here can be on your knees, it can be off your knees, it can be down on your forearms, or you can keep your arms straight. So again, we're almost in that same position as our push-up. So again, feels like a big hug around your midsection. That's that midsection that's getting stronger, almost like adding a little corset around your waist, hugging you in nice and tight. And feeling free to make a change with the arms if you need to, whether you're coming up to a straight arm or maybe going back down to that forearm position. And just keeping that breathing in and out. All right, so 2 rounds. We're moving into a little bit of a cool down, a little bit of a stretch. So with that, some of the muscles that we worked, we're gonna stretch them out. So we're gonna start with just that chest, big opening to the side. Arms are gonna go down and back. And then just dropping those elbows down, feeling a nice little release. And then we're just gonna change that. We're gonna put the focus on the back end, interlocking your fingers, maybe tucking your chin into your chest, pushing forward, and just separating those shoulder blades. Just releasing a little bit of that tension. And then just bringing your arms down to your side. Whether you want to use a wall or a chair, we're going to bring one leg back. We're going to stretch out those quadriceps, the front part of your thigh. Again, a little bit of a release, taking that tension away from the knees. Holding it for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then we'll just go right to the other side. Again, you can hold on to a chair for this, or you can work on your balance, bringing the knees together, bringing those hips forward. It might start off a little bit tight, and then you'll start to feel a little bit of a release in the muscle. And then we're gonna come all the way back down. We're gonna stretch out the hamstrings, that's the back of the legs. So we're gonna bring one foot forward. We're just gonna put our hands on our thigh. We're gonna take a big breath in through our nose, and on that exhale, we're just gonna start to reach down towards our toe. And it's not so much that you have to touch your toe, but you really wanna feel the stretch in the back end of your body. And again, just holding it 10 to 15 seconds, or you feel like you're getting a little bit of a release. Some muscles are tighter than others. And then we'll slowly come up. We're gonna do that same stretch on the other side. Taking that big breath in and then exhaling all the way down. And again, not so much that you have to touch your toe, but just feeling that stretch in the back end of your body. And then once you start to feel a little bit of a release, just slowly coming up. And then just maybe just doing a little shoulder roll. Even just wiggling your fingers, giving the wrists a little bit of a release. And then maybe we can end with a nice deep breath, just reaching up over your head. And then we'll just exhale those arms down to your side. So that's our newer to exercise workout, or for the beginner. And again, there's lots of options here. We're hoping to show more workouts in the future with different options as well. So thank you so much for joining me today.